Well, today I've come along to Florence to check out the art, culture and jaw-dropping beauty this city has to offer. And over the next few days I'll be checking out everything from Michelangelo's world-famous David right through to sunsets over the River Arno and soaking up the renaissance of a gem that is Florence. So let's dive in. After just a few hours on the train from Rome, I've arrived at Firenze Santa Maria Novella, the beating heart of Florence. My base for this trip is the Executive Hotel, a 4-star boutique stay right in the historic centre. It's elegant and stylish, and just a short walk to the city's main sights. The perfect starting point for exploring Florence. Well, this morning I'm up nice and early to go and check out Galleria dell'Accademia, to go and see probably the most famous piece of art in the world. And I'm going to get there early to avoid the queues. So I've made an advanced booking with a skip-the-line ticket to avoid the long queues, which even at this time of the morning can be over an hour. Well, if you're looking for a true sign of Renaissance here in Florence, that has to be it. The world-famous Michelangelo's David, carved from a single piece of marble. It's over 500 years old. Next up is Piazza della Signoria, one of the most iconic squares in Florence. Beautiful and historic, this has been the city's political hub since the Middle Ages, overlooked by the mighty Palazzo Vecchio, essentially its famous town hall. And all around you'll find incredible sculptures, water fountains, and even the powerful lions guarding the Loggia dei Lanzi, which feels like an open-air museum, free for anyone to explore. It's also a great place to do some people watching with a coffee or lunch. Now, you can't come to Florence without visiting the famous cathedral Duomo. In peak season, the wait can be anywhere between 1 and 2 hours, so my advice, once again, book the skip-the-line ticket. That gives you a separate entrance, and inside, the sheer scale is breathtaking. But don't miss the dome itself, that Renaissance masterpiece, which you can actually climb for one of the best views of the city. Now, all this walking in Florence can soon work up an appetite. The city's full of quirky, varied and historic restaurants where you can sit down and enjoy some classic Tuscan dishes. But if you prefer something quick and easy that's just as delicious, well, Florence has another foodie highlight: sandwich bars. These are some of the most popular places to eat in Florence, and they become almost as iconic as the city's landmarks. Even Hollywood Stanley Tucci is a regular in these streets. The most famous is All'Antico Vineo, where you'll usually find a line of hungry people stretching down 2 sides of the street. But for many, it's well worth the wait. For me, I'd rather skip the crowds and go for my personal favourite, Stagiceria dei Neri. It's a little spot, and honestly, you have to try it. The sandwiches themselves are incredible. Giant rustic slabs of bread, generously filled with everything from Tuscan cured meats to roasted vegetables and fresh greens, all packed inside, and then lightly toasted to give you that perfect crunch with every bite. A true Florence experience you don't want to miss. Trust me. Well, at just €7, we've gone for La Firenze, which is cured ham, some cheese, some truffle, some cream, some salad. Moment of truth. That is the best sandwich I've ever tasted. Fact. And of course, with delicious foods comes drink. So this is Florence Buchette del Vino, the popular way to order wine. Basically, it's a hole in the wall you knock. Now, these became popular during the plague. It's a way to kind of cut down the interaction between you and the person serving you. So the way it works, well, you simply knock and hopefully someone comes to the door. Tu vino bianco? This is one of Florence's quirkiest traditions, and these 500-year-old tiny openings in walls right across the city are where nobles once sold wine directly to locals. Today, many are back in use, and you can even order a glass of your favourite Aperol Spritz straight through the hole in the wall. Now Florence truly comes alive at night, and my top tip, head to View on Art Rooftop Bar, the best spot in my opinion in the city for a drink with breathtaking views of the cathedral, beautifully lit against the night sky. And just below in the square, you'll often stumble across spontaneous music with people singing and even dancing together with complete strangers. For me, it's Florence at its most magical. Well, next up, it's a quick train ride from Florence to the world's most famous architectural mistake, the Leaning Tower of Pisa. The journey takes about an hour, sets you back about €9, and yes, it's touristy, but it's iconic, and we're bound to do the cheesy photo. Now, believe it or not, it actually started tilting when it was still being built, and today it's become probably one of the world's most iconic and famous photo spots. But when it comes to eating near the tower, be prepared. In the baking summer heat, it can be both hot and very expensive. My top tip is hidden in a rooftop bar that from the outside simply looks like a museum entrance. But climb the steps inside and you'll find one of the best lunchtime views of the Leaning Tower.
Salute.
As always, if you love the content and the travel tips, hit that like and subscribe button for plenty more great adventures. If you want to eat like a local though, head down Pisa's side streets. My hidden gem is Primo, tucked away serving delicious, affordable pasta dishes. And the best part, you'll also find drinks in this area are up to €10 cheaper than near the tower itself. Leaving Pisa behind, it's back to Florence to visit Santa Croce Church, home of the tombs of legends like Michelangelo and Galileo. The nearby streets are also perfect for wandering, full of artisan shops and hidden gems. So tucked away on a quiet, unassuming back street here in Florence is that building there, the Santa Maria Novella, the world's oldest pharmacy. Think ancient recipes, monk-made potions, and 800 years of beauty secrets. So let's go check out inside. Inside, well, it feels more like a grand museum than a pharmacy. The rooms are lined with centuries-old cabinets filled with perfumes, soaps, and even herbal remedies that have been crafted here since 1221. And it's incredible to think you're shopping in the very same pharmacy that probably once served Leonardo da Vinci his cough medicine. The smells inside are just incredible. It hits you literally once you walk through the door. Perfumed waters made here were made for all kinds of medical treatments, including to fight off the plague in 1381. So Florence is famous for its gelato, but don't miss another local delight. Well, here in Florence, I'm trying out supposedly the best avocado in the world. What exactly is it? Let's find out. Inside one of Florence's oldest ice cream parlours, you can actually watch them make your unique dessert or coffee by hand. This family-run shop has been serving generations of Florentines since 1930, keeping traditions alive with every single serving of this iconic treat. So this is their famous avocado, homemade gelato, a couple of shots of espresso coffee in the middle, and the way to eat it, scoop the ice cream, coffee on top, but never mix it. Delicious. Next, it's on to probably one of the most visited attractions in all of Florence, its medieval bridge. Built in 1345, this is one of the main crossing points for the River Arno. So this is the iconic Ponte Vecchio, Florence's oldest bridge, and it's packed full of jewellery shops and history. It's been here for generations, and it's even survived floods and wars, and it's a perfect place to watch the sunset. Well, as darkness falls over Florence, the city takes on that magical glow, the perfect way to end a weekend exploring the streets, the squares, and hidden gems. But the adventure doesn't stop here in Italy. Next, I'm off to Venice, so make sure you catch me on the next journey. And don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe so that you don't miss a moment of the fun. Arrivederci.